There's fireflies out here. Hey, does she know that her shed is open?
Yeah, I saw it.
Huh?
I saw it.
Yeah, but does she know that? Did you get your book?
Yeah.
Okay, it's upside down. Why'd you throw David?
I don't know.
What did David do?
David is called the Night of the Living Dummy. That's what I call it.
Well, that's not what it says. I
Yes,
guess you
it
can call it
does.
whatever you want.
I call it Night of the Living Dummy.
Okay.
Hey guys, my name is Night of the Living Dummy.
Do you still watch Sissy's videos?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so beautiful out here. The sun is coming through. And the sun is about to set in about an hour. Actually, a couple of years ago when we had a 4th of July here, a family member brought over a bunch of fireworks. So they were like crazy expensive fireworks. And they set them up wrong. And so the firework box tipped over and Eddie and the family member were getting shot at by fireworks. And we were all screaming and running inside and it was like smoky everywhere. And it's not funny, but it's funny now that it's over because...
Guys, don't forget I smell it.
What does that mean? Anyways, it blew a leg off of the table. And a chair. A plastic one. I have been having very vivid dreams, which I always do. Sometimes I forget them. I've been able to remember them better lately. Don't know why I can't talk. Last night, I had a dream that I was in my grandmother's house, and I was in one of the bedrooms, and it was filled with clothing and jewelry and trinkets, and I was going through stuff and setting stuff aside, and my grandmother was talking to me, telling me that I needed to focus on like making jewelry and like moving towards my goals, because, well, in my opinion, that's because in my waking life I have been kind of slacking on those things. But anyways, in the dream, the door to the bedroom was like very jammed shut, and I had to like push stuff out of the way to get out of there. And when I got out of there, there was flooding going on, which in my waking life, there's stuff on the news about flooding, like really awful flooding right now going on in different parts of the country. So there was a flood going on, and I was going around and checking on everyone. Because I was worried about them, and there was a family and their house was like halfway gone, and I walked in and I was talking to the dad, and there was an infant, and I was trying to help the infant, and I was cleaning up toys and walking around the house, and then I walked into my mom's room, and it was this white room with the window open, and wind was just like gently blowing in. And she had a twin bed, and it was made all comfortable, and everything was super duper clean. And I looked out the window, and there were snapdragons all around the outside of her window. And I was talking to her, and while I was talking to her, I noticed when I looked out the window that there was a little snapdragon sitting in the flowers. and I was like, there's a dragon out there. A snapdragon, because it looked like the flower, except it was a dragon. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, how can you see that? And I was like, what? And it looked like one of the little orange creatures off of Labyrinth. But I was so fascinated. I was like, we have to go out there and look at this. And so my mom and I went outside and we found the dragon. And of course it's a dream, so things change. And the dragon turned into like a hybrid animal, like its head was of a lion and its body was of like a dog or a fox. And it was a very orange color, and she picked it up and she was holding it, and it was so weird. And it caught me so off guard, and it was so surprising that I woke up. But that was my dream. It was a little crazy. I love dreams like that. They're so inspiring. Like, you wake up with all these ideas. I just think it's so fun that my mind like turned the snapdragons into a snapdragon. Like, of course it did. But yeah, that was my dream. These days I haven't been doing very much because I've been sick, but I really want to get back into the groove of doing things. I've just been working on small projects, like there's a painting that I'm working on. I will show you guys. Okay, so this is the project. I'm not sure if I've told you guys, but this is a project I'm working on for my aunt. I did a painting for her when I was 16, and this said like love never fails. I have an image of it I'll just show, but this is so far after. I'm going to add a quote to it, something about love, since this is in the shape of a heart, maybe something combined with nature, because it is a naturey painting and it does go on her back porch. I'm also painting the back, but it is looking really rough right now, so we just gotta trust the process, okay? I'm really, really excited about it though. I love projects because I have an idea of where it's going, and I just like to know that, like, an idea of the end goal. So, and I get to try out different stuff that I wouldn't typically do on my own. So, yeah, really excited about that. And then I'll show you guys another project that I'm working on. This is the other project. When I was living in my camper, I really, really, really wanted to do a tile mosaic on the floor. Unfortunately, this was not possible. But I had bought these tiles because they were only $1, and they were fishies. And so we are using this board to do a mosaic sort of situation, and I just love the fishies so much. We also got these magnets. So we're gonna make magnets with clay, kind of like the ones that I already have on my fridge. These fishies, and then this sort of, yeah. So I'm really, really excited about that.